All right, let's get on with it. The following is so ridiculous and so stupid. I don't even know where to start. Really, seriously. It's the ultimate, I think. Well, it's actually the ultimate marketing trick. And it's actually a brilliant idea disguised as nonsense. Or disguised, excuse me. It's actually the other way around. It's a nonsensical idea disguised as a brilliant marketing scheme. Here's what I'm aiming at. So in South Korea, supposedly, accordingly, there is a prison-themed wellness center where you can go to re-energize and relax and recover and do all of those things. And the idea is the entire center is kind of like, or not kind of like, it's actually like a prison. You know, instead of rooms, you have cells. There are no television screens there. There are no mirrors. There's no nothing. And you may not, I believe, according to my understanding, you may not use any of your personal devices. You probably hand them in when you arrive at the wellness center. And, you know, instead of staff, they have like, well, I guess they have staff, but that are dressed as and probably behave as prison guards, which is kind of insane and dumb and silly. But at the same time, I have to applaud these people who actually invented this idea, because there's probably a lot of interest for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have opened up the center. And the idea is, of course, that because of all the distractions, all the stress, all the noise in the background, all the energy it saps and drains you of, that is your daily life, your job, your screens, your devices, all of your commitments and arrangements, you're supposed to have a small vacation, in air quotes. If you can't see, I just did some air quotes when I said vacation, because it's not really vacation. It's just kicking the can down the road. See, this is actually why I'm against vacations. And this is not so much against this centering it as it is, because the idea is quite, well, it's quite original. We'll have to give them that. However, the idea of a vacation is just silly in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because you're ultimately kicking the can down the road. Oh, I need a vacation. Oh, I need to relax. Oh, I need to get away from all the stress and all the commitments in my daily life. Well, do you think that that your stress and your commitments are gonna go away? No, they're not. So why don't you just focus on the simple stuff, as in sleeping well, eating healthy, exercising, and do all of those things, and actually grab the bull by its horn, so to speak. Address your problems and issues up front. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable and painful and probably energy demanding in the beginning. But all the things, all the work that you're doing up front is going to save you of more work later down the line. It's kind of like investing in proper tires for your car. You can either buy the cheap tires and save money and then have an accident and pay for and get injured and pay for all the damage of of your car, and pay for new tires, and perhaps pay for the opposing parts injuries and damages as well, if there's damages to somebody else's property or car. Or you can actually invest in proper tires, which are more expensive up front, and maybe it's gonna feel more painful to part ways with that money, but it's going to save you down the line. This is pretty much the same way of thinking. So, look, I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't take vacations ever, but I am saying that taking vacations just for the sake of taking vacations because you need to relax, quote unquote, is just silly. Because you ain't going to relax. And you ain't going to relax in that wellness center either. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you go into that wellness center and you don't have your devices and so on, that's fine. But in the back of your head, you're going to have the issues, and you're going to look forward to when you eventually get your cell phone back and your screens back and your devices back, so that you can actually start attacking the problems, which kind of defeats the purpose, because now you aren't relaxing. You're just looking forward to getting started again so that you can get those problems out of your way. Don't you understand? That's the dumbness and the silliness of this whole concept. And That'll be it for now. Start attacking your energy problems head on. Start grabbing the bull by its horns. And if you want to learn more about how to attack your energy problems head on, and especially in the context of saving yourself from the time and energy vampires, both the non-human and the actual human time and energy vampires, the TEVs, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description wherever you're watching and or are listening to this. And I'll see you later.